We don't always realize when a place starts to shape us. Sometimes it happens in small, silent ways, in the rhythm of returning to the same stretch of shore, in the quiet of a wooded path, in the first garden we dig with our bare hands, or the first street where we ride our bike until the sun goes down. I used to think Rye Beach was just where we went in the summer, but over time, as I grew older, it became something else. It taught me how I like to be in the world, how I recharge, how I connect. Nana felt the same with Tewksbury, where being outdoors wasn't just fun, it was identity. She grew into a self she recognized through sport, motion, and nature. Maggie, too, found herself most clearly through the natural world. When people made her feel small, nature let her be full. This episode is about who we become because of where we've been.
And I played basketball every other minute. Because I lived on the lake, I grew up swimming, and I was a very good swimmer. So I joined the Y as an adult, and I got to enjoy swimming again, and it was an exercise. So it was beneficial that way. But I'd say trying to keep up good health, exercise. I thought of myself as an athlete, and that was all from Tewksbury. Played basketball all the time and baseball, and we did all the outside sports. I hated snakes. Everything else I liked. And my mother was fabulous doing flowers and plants, so I loved all that. And my great uncle had an enormous garden, and he let me pick all the vegetables, etc. So it was a lovely outdoors combination of outdoors.
And I myself, but I think Fry Island is really like a place that brings out the best in me. I'm definitely a very nature-oriented person. I connect more with animals, I'd say. But especially growing up as a child who wasn't able to communicate effectively with other children, growing up selectively mute, I found a lot more comfort in nature and in animals. Like I was that kid that would be playing in the dirt with worms at recess when everyone else was playing, like, I don't freaking know, soccer or whatever.
I didn't have a care in the world, and life was fabulous. It was simple, and I was with people that I was related to and cared about. It was my adolescent years, my high school years, and it was very safe and a lot of affection and love. So it was a happy time. It was mostly people with some connection in the generation before them that might have built a cottage, and then they were having a respite from the cities of Boston, because Boston was hot in the summer, so they all transported themselves up to the lake. It wasn't far, and it offered all kinds of fun and adventure, so for kids. Each city or town, Somerville, and all the different communities around Boston went to different places north to get out of the city. And some of them went south to Cape Cod. A lot of them went that way. It's been a long time since I've been in Tewksbury and been a young girl, but it was a happy time. So it's nice to remember happy times.
But I think Fry Island is really like a place that brings out the best in me personally, and I think it honestly brings out the best in other people. I think it just really brings out who I actually am and stuff like that. So I think I just like to be, like, I think of Fry Island as like my own space, because it's nice, whereas like you can look around and you're not always going to see houses. It's definitely like a little, like, it's hard to find. It's not somewhere big on a map, and it's not a big tourist trap, which is another thing I really like about it. Like, everybody who goes to Fry Island has been going to Fry Island for years. Everybody knows each other, and it's kind of like a place where your political views don't matter, because, like, it's up in Maine, and there, there's a lot of like really like hick people there, but I feel like every like politics and stuff just gets like left off the island, and I feel like it's one of the only times you can really converse with other people without having different opinions on the world like weigh in.
Rye was a place my family chose, but it became a space that I chose, a space where I started becoming myself. Some of us learn who we are by being in motion, some in stillness. Either way, the earth listens.
Yeah. So, yellow was my grandma's favorite color. Yeah.
The past 2 summers, I've been constantly visiting Rye, going up there every single day I had off work, or even just going up there when I was done at work at 3. I wanted to be there for the sunset, or to sleep over at my grandma's cottage, wake up for the sunrise, and have a day at the beach. I loved inviting my friends, showing them the views, driving them up the coast, windows down, blasting Sublime, reggae, the Rolling Stones. It was a magical feeling, almost like a euphoria. Just the feeling of that ocean breeze on your face, the wind blowing your hair, the sun on your skin, the hot sand in between your toes. In those ocean waters, there's nothing like it. Sure, it's a little cold. During August, it gets a little warmer. But diving into that frigid water, it wakes you up. It wakes up every cell in your body, kind of rejuvenates you. And I love swimming in that water. There's not another time that I feel more connected to nature than when I'm swimming in that water. Floating in the ocean, letting the waves catch me, throw me, tumble me. We are not separate from our surroundings. They teach us. They hold up mirrors. They offer us freedom in routine, in silence, and expression. Nana, Maggie, and I each carry pieces of the places that shaped us, places that gave us a sense of self. The sand, the trees, the water, they weren't just scenery, they were part of our becoming. Who are you now because of a place? Where did that identity begin? And if you had to describe yourself through a landscape, what would it look like? Can you trace the path back to a place?